So, David, how's it been since you've been here?
Loved it. I said to Jack the other day, I think after day 2, it feels like home. It feels like the people, the energy. You wouldn't have known that the club had sort of had the period of time it's had over the last 18 months, just stepping in and feeling what we felt. So it's been excellent.
How did your relationship with Jack Wilshere start?
I first met Jack on his A licence, so I took his A licence, which would be now, this would be his 4th year, so 4 years ago. He had that season where he was just finishing playing, and he then obviously went in to take the 18s at Arsenal in that summer, so that would normally be me done with him, but because of other people that I had on their A licence the following year, I matched Cesc Fabregas up with Jack, so I had that following season where he came in a couple of days a month, and I had them both together, so me and Jack were able to continue contact and continue to build that relationship. So that was how it all started.
How did you, so talking about when things started, how did your coaching career start to get to your point now?
I don't know what's normal, but mine was I'd been full-time up to 30 playing. I had opportunities at 2 clubs at opposite ends of the country, and I just bought a house in Huntingdon, and had a young family, and my wife at the time wasn't too happy about the thought of me disappearing and leaving home, so I actually took the decision to go part-time. So I signed for Chelmsford City in the Conference South. I got a job at the FA, and almost that was my first little bite of the real world, getting a job. So I managed to get to 30 before I did it. So that was the transition from playing into coaching 13 years ago now.
I don't suppose you met a person called Steve Rutter on your FA?
I have, yeah.
Do you know how popular character he was here at Luton?
No.
Steve Rutter was hired by Nathan Jones in our League One title-winning season.
Yep.
And the moment he came in, we didn't lose a game. We went on a 26-game unbeaten run. And
wow.
He was a very well-popular character. Unfortunately, he only lasted for like the 9 months because the next manager obviously wants his own coaching staff.
Yeah.
Steve Rutter, he kind of like transformed this football club, and we ended up winning the league. So
wow, they are some shoes to fill, then, aren't they?
I wanted to ask the game against Mansfield on Saturday. How was that for you? From the side?
I think that obviously there was a lot of hype around Jack's arrival and the build up to it. The 2 days leading in, so we had Thursday, Friday in terms of prep for that game, and we felt like the energy, the enthusiasm from the players as well as the staff, and how that had all sort of settled in and being was good. Kick-off obviously was pretty special, the way the fans welcomed him, and it was a good sort of build up to that moment. I think once we got into the game, that I remember there was a couple of opportunities that Mansfield had, and that was the first time I sensed the nervousness, if you like, and then obviously you feel the sort of fragility of the environment. But then I felt like we settled in, and we had some really good moments to get the crowd and sort of behind us. I think of opportunity, we hit the side netting, Clicker hit the post, Millie had a header in the centre of the goal, as well as the penalty, obviously, that everyone remembers. But those sort of 4 chances were good chances, and I think the Kenny needed one of them to go in, and obviously when they score, it sucked a bit of life out. So the build up was all good. The reception was excellent for Jack, and we felt like we had obviously up to the moment of them scoring, it had been a decent enough start.
How do you, from a coach perspective, get the players just to focus on the football and like try and block out the noise, because it does feel like, okay, when a player does make a bad pass, like people and groan,
of course,
and it's happening. I think the more and more this run continues, the worse it feels like it's going to get. How do you just get them to go, look, block that out and just focus on, because I think if we can score goals, the fans will get
absolutely. I think there's so on the players' side, I think it's making sure that we train with intent, that the work that we're doing through the week, we hold each other accountable and we set each other standards that we accept or we don't. Right, so that's as us as a coaching staff, and then to build with the players in the same way. So making sure the players are not accepting what isn't okay, and that they've been excellent. Like there hasn't been any sniff of anything. So hence why I said around how excellent the players have been in this first week. I suppose the next part around performance on match day would be around like the human beings. They are carrying a bit of weight. You can see it in terms of the expectation, and also there's a sense of a bit of lack of confidence in the group, which goes back to that part about them being human, and no one likes to be in a place that they're in right now. So I suppose with that said, there's the other side is like the fans. So it's like the fans have tension and nervousness, and if they see something that they don't like they understand like that, it comes out of them. So it's almost like going against each other. So it's like over time we've just got to get the players into a point of confidence in how to execute, confidence in the game plan, confidence with each other, and at the same time as the fans try and jump on anything positive, even though that takes some doing as well, because of how the fans feel. So I think it's like a little bit of awareness around both behaviours of players and staff, as well as the fan base and the nervousness and the sort of expectation. It's almost both parts. We can help each other, and we've got to.
Is that when you start leaning more towards the leaders of the group? And asking them, because I think when Jack Wilshere missed the penalty, I don't think anyone put his arm around him. You guys can't do that on the side.
No.
Is that what we need to start showing more of a togetherness? I don't know from a coach, apart from going on players' nights out and doing a fun activity together to kind of bring that togetherness more closer, but how do you start building that?
I think it's breathing life into them, talking about where we're going, taking them to a place in their mentality around what's expected, and then what that means, and keep casting vision, and it drives, and then you bit by bit there's that belief that builds, and you turn the ship round. So I don't think any of us are naive enough. As I'm talking about the club, the staff, the fans are naive enough to think Jack arriving just changes everything and everything clicks and we're off. I think it's conscious decisions, conscious steps every day, every game to turn it round, and the club sort of starts moving in the right direction in terms of the vision that we cast in the future.
In terms of, so I forgot to ask earlier, your role as a coach. Are you a specialised coach? Are you one of those, you've got transition coaches, you've got striker coaches, defensive ones. What are you been brought in to do? More bit of everything, or do you have a speciality?
I think this is one of the things. So you can put things down on slides around what your role and responsibilities are. The reality is, Jack, Chris, myself, Tim, Foles, Pilks, we've never worked together, right? So there's 6 of us that are coming together for the greater good of the club, and we have in our mind around how we plan and what training is going to look like, and we're completely planned. We show the players before we go outside on the screen, and then we go and execute it. And I think it's just being having enough humility to never bring your ego to the table. I think Jack leads really well in that sense. The the lad's done some cool stuff, right? So he could absolutely have an ego, but he doesn't. And he's just sets a standard of working really hard and being invested in what we're doing. And it's working really well. The experience Chris has, the sort of the wise head, if you like, is always there to check, and is someone to ask when we need it. So at the moment the dynamics feels really, really natural, and so it's just a case of when it comes to skill set, if I'm asked to deal with in possession, I'll deal with in possession. If I'm or out of possession, it's almost like it's not about me. It's like, who's best to do what? Let's get it done.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
Cheers.